All righty. So as we come back here in Michigan, a little gloomy today, and of course the Lions are done playing, but we have our sights set on what could be a good baseball season as we take a live look at Comerica Park. Kind of cool here today, gloomy, but we're going to take you to where the sun is shining. We're taking you down to Lakeland, Florida, and that's where Bernie is. Look, he's not even wearing a hat. There's not a cloud in the sky right now. Bernie, it's good to be at spring training, huh?
It's always good to be at spring training. You know that. And the Tigers have finished their workout. We just watched them go through the paces today, and the whole team is going out to play golf, their annual golf tournament. And their first game is this Saturday against the Yankees here in Lakeland at 1 o'clock start. Risky if you're driving down.
Nice. So Bernie, give me a sense of how many opening spring trainings have you been to now in the years covering the Tigers, and what's the mood this year compared to years past?
Well, I came down for my first one when I was 4 years old, and I've been to 38. So now that I'm 42, I'm pretty well established with.
That sounds like fuzzy math. That's
here.
Fuzzy math.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. It's changed, but not that much. I mean, they show up, they do their work, they do their practice, they do their stretching, and then they go home. And it's pretty simple. It's that way every day until Saturday when the exhibition season begins down here. You know, it's interesting with these Tigers. Everyone I've talked to, they're all talking about the playoffs. They're not afraid of it. They say, well, if we're not talking about the playoffs, why the heck are we out here? And that's a pretty good thought if you think about it. That you've got to come with that mindset that you want to be there in the end. You want to be playing in October. And every person here has said that. So they've got the mindset. Now we're going to see if they got the physical set.
Yeah, I mean, I think for years we've heard it's a rebuilding year, or we've got some hope this year, and then halfway through the season it's like, no, it's still a rebuilding year. Give us a sense of where you think the team is going to be and how competitive they could be. We know they're setting their sights far, but when you line it up with everybody else, what are we looking like?
The World Series. Every year I pick the Tigers to win the World Series when I'm asked in February, and nobody remembers when October comes around. So World Series is just the simplest way to do this thing. They also, I'll say this, what their game plan is brilliant. The new players that they brought in are pitchers, and that's going to help their starting rotation. And the reason they did it is the hitters are young, and they're worried that some of them may stumble. So they're hoping to get propped up by the pitching staff until the hitting develops better. Also, early in the season, the pitchers are always ahead of the hitters. So we'll see if that holds true this year also. But everybody's really excited, kind of looking forward to everything and going from there.
Hey, Bernie, what's the most interesting conversation or interview that you've had so far, or is it going to be in the next day or so? Like, who you really wanted to sit down and talk one-on-one to?
I'm going to talk to Javi Baez, who the Tigers signed to a 6-year, $140 million deal 2 years ago. And the 2 years he's been in Detroit, he's been awful. And he tells you that. He'll say he's awful. When I interviewed him last year, he was very honest, very upfront, and I expect the same thing from him this afternoon. So really, if he's hitting and he goes back to being the Javi Baez he was before, he'll really be good. So let's see.
All right, sounds good. So they're playing in a golf tournament today. You're going to be live at 5, 6, and 11 tonight?
I'm going to be, I've done some interviews with players that are going to run tonight. I think Jamie or Hobie are doing the shows. So, I mean, I'll be in the vicinity, just keeping an eye on things.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll see, of course, tomorrow as well. Bernie Smilovitz live down in Lakeland, Florida for Tigers spring training. Always good to see you. Thanks for joining me on The Plus. Enjoy the sunshine, my friend.
Anytime. I'm right here. I'm happy to stand here till next year if you need me.
That's great. We'll hold you to that. All right, Bernie. We'll see you in a little bit.
Thanks.